Ukraine Today is joined by the Minister of Infrastructure of Ukraine, Mr. Andriy Pyvovarskiy. Mr. Pyvovarskiy, welcome to Ukraine Today.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Pyvovarskiy, in the past several weeks and the past several days, there were quite a number of huge scandals on the Ukrainian aviation market with Odessa regional governor, Mr. Saakashvili, accusing one of the Ukrainian companies of monopolizing the domestic flight market. How much of a problem is that? How much of a problem do you see of this? First of all, does the monopoly really exist? And if it does, if it is really a problem from your standpoint?
We have only, let's say, just one national player of national scale. There's just one player. We need to create opportunities for more players in the market. And a couple of weeks ago, we effectively created an additional national player, which is Atlas Jet. The company has received 36 routes, and now they need to develop their business model and to develop into they just need to start flying. It will take several months for them to establish their model, and they will start flying. So our idea of the ministry is to, and we announced this early this year, that we need to create more opportunities for the Ukrainian customers. We need to reduce prices for Ukrainian customers. We need to liberalize the market, but it doesn't mean that we need to kill the national player. It doesn't mean that we need to substitute the national player with one or two or three foreign players. More than 6 people work for the national player, the largest national player. What do they need? What do we need to do with them? Fire them all? So the idea is to create more opportunities for the customers. We create more opportunities by liberalizing the market, by signing treaties with the EU, with the US, by opening up the Lviv airport, Odessa airport, by removing barriers for distribution of rights. For more than a year, there was no distribution. There was a conflict between the ministry and the Civil Aviation Authority and the market. We resolved this conflict. It took quite a bit of time. So we distributed rights. Now the market has to start flying. At the same time, if you want to come from Odessa to Kiev, there are several, airlines that fly from Odessa to Kiev. So is there a monopoly?
But aren't you concerned that by opening the market for other airlines, by opening the market for low-cost airlines, this will kill the national carrier, as you say, and which is one of your concerns?
I don't think so. I don't think that it will kill the national player. The national player will become more competitive, will have to become more efficient, and the opening up of the market will not take place overnight. The national player will be able to adjust the model for sure. At the same time, if we split the business model into the local flights, European flights, and transatlantic flights, or flights to Southeast Asia, you will see that at this point in time, there is only one company in Ukraine that could do all of those. I doubt that in 6 months' time or 12 months' time, there will be European or other local companies that will be ready to invest hundreds of millions into a new fleet for this market. My view is that we will expand the market. We will fragment the market, and every player will find a niche in this market, while the national player will become more efficient in this market. That's my personal view.
Well, let's hope, Mr. Minister, that this will indeed come true, and the national player will stay in business, and the other companies will arrive to Ukrainian market. Mr. Pyvovarskiy, many thanks for joining us and talking to us. We will continue our interview with the Minister of Infrastructure of Ukraine, Mr. Andriy Pyvovarskiy. And now back to the news on Ukraine Today.